Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Insufficient Friends. I'm Kevin. She's Nikki.
Hi.
And Nick, well, first off, if any of you are new here, welcome. This is a podcast where we talk about whatever we want to. This week we're talking about defunct companies or, companies that went by kind of ish by the wayside because they sucked or failed to innovate.
The main one we're going to talk about is Blockbuster.
The main one is Blockbuster, but I have a bunch that I want to go through with you to see if you remember, because I remember them.
Okay.
But
I barely remember Blockbuster, so I have a feeling that's not going to be a very long conversation.
No, it's probably not, but we'll see how it goes. But anyway, Nick, how was your week? What anything interesting happened? Fun happened? What was it?
Nothing in my week necessarily, but in the world's week.
Yeah.
We got an announcement from Jimmy Fallon that Taylor is going to be on his show October 6th.
I saw that.
Did you see the roulette wheel?
Yes, I did. That landed on 13.
Yes, and did you know what that meant?
It's the 13th when it was happening, isn't it? Or is that?
13 is just her number.
Oh, is it? Okay. Isn't this her 13th album, studio album though too?
Oh, I have no idea.
I thought this was her 13th studio album. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Anyway, I don't really know. I didn't know 13 was her number.
I feel like there were people that saw that and were like, "What? I don't know what this is," and everyone else that's like a Swiftie was like, "Taylor, 10-6." So that'll be exciting. It'll be fun to watch her because she hasn't been on a show in long time. It was like 2022 or something.
I've seen clips of her on his show specifically, so I know. I mean, she's done them before, but not. I guess not in a while. But I mean, she was on tour for forever, all around the world. So I get it.
Yeah.
So I had two things happen this week. One is more fun than the other. One, the one that's less fun, I will start with, and then we'll go to the more fun one. So, I complained about this to my father, because I just wanted to. But, I don't know if you notice this when you go shopping. You do DoorDash more and stuff, and like delivery, don't you?
Instacart.
Okay. Instacart, whatever. I actually go to the grocery store, because I don't shop with Instacart or whatever, because that's not how I shop, because usually when I shop at a grocery store, I walk down the aisle and I'm like, oh, that sounds good, and I throw it in the cart, and that's how I shop for things. But I can still like speed run the grocery store and be in and out in like 20 minutes with a full cart full of groceries and be done. But the Walmart that I go to has taken out almost all of the self-checkouts, which is obnoxious to me. I guess it's like I didn't really know this was happening, but it just started like a couple weeks ago. They took almost all of them out. There's like a few of them on the ends, like the little tiny ones. But they used to have the big belt ones that you could do, where if you had more stuff, you could do them. They don't have those anymore. They just put back in the regular registers.
Were they having too much theft or something?
That's one of the things that I heard. The other thing that I heard was people were having too much problems with them, and people were annoyed by them and didn't like them and stuff like that. So,
like, it wasn't actually time saving.
Yeah, I don't know. I liked them because I thought they were time saving. The other thing I liked about them is they had like 8 or 9 of them, and they're always open. Whereas when I went in the other day, they had 3 people checking people out, and that was it.
Yeah.
And that's what my always annoyance was whenever I went there, is they never have enough people that are working to check people out, which is like, if it's fine if you want to have people at a register, but you got to have enough people to work them so you don't get lines built up in your store. Like, you got to do one or the other. Like, if you're going to have the self-checkouts, I get it. You don't want to lose money. Like, you shouldn't lose money. Like, you're a business, I get it. But
a store once in the last couple months, and they had like 10 checkout people because they didn't have any it was a Price Chopper, which is local to this area, I think.
Okay.
But
I know the Hy-Vee here also. I went to for like something quick recently
Mm-hmm.
for work, and they had taken out their self checkout lines too. So
Interesting.
they had taken them
Yeah.
out and replaced them with like the old express checkout where it's like 10 items or less, and there's a
Yeah.
person check ringing you out still. But
Yeah, I do Instacart. The thing is, I talk to so many people daily. Even though I work from home, I it feels like I'm constantly inundated by people. And to be honest, I just limit my outside world exposure
yeah,
because it's annoying.
I'm all
So I do Instacart.
yeah, I'm already
But
out anyway, so I usually just stop on my way
hmm
home from work. It's not that big of a
yeah,
deal.
I
Um,
do Instacart because it's easy to plan. Well, and also because Nathan and Casey are horrible to plan for. So I can start a family cart and text them and say, add whatever you want.
yeah, that's
And
true.
it all just it charges to me, but they can do whatever they want. And I'm like, because I tried to make a list for them one time and I did not.
I understand that. Yeah, I can get that.
Yeah.
I can understand that very much
So
so.
if it was just me, I'd probably go more,
Yeah,
maybe. But
I don't know. I just
I don't know. When we move, though, I think we're gonna have to go in person because we're moving out to
the boonies.
BF nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I don't know if Instacart will get out that far. I don't know how that
Well,
works.
Walmart delivers, but I don't know about Instacart.
Okay. Will
I don't
Walmart
know.
deliver out that far?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Um, a neighbor said they just got it like
Oh,
recently.
nice.
So we
Okay.
still don't have internet out there besides Starlink,
Yeah.
but they have Walmart delivery. So,
So,
but I don't like Walmart fruit and groceries and stuff. So I don't know. I think we'll go to the Price Chopper that's 20 minutes away in Lee
mhm,
Summit. So,
that works, I guess. Anyway,
yeah.
on to more less ranty, annoying, whatever news. Um,
Yeah.
did you, when you were at any time, you like Star Wars? You're a Star
Yeah.
Wars fan. Did you ever watch Spaceballs?
Yes.
Did you hear that they're making a second one?
I feel like I saw a post about it or something.
So today
Hmm.
I saw confirmed in several websites that Rick
Oh.
Moranis announced that he was coming out of retirement to be in the second movie.
Oh,
So
wow.
I was very excited when I saw this morning that
Who's that?
Rick Moranis
What?
plays Lord Dark Helmet. He plays the
Oh,
main
okay.
like he's
Yeah.
he's the one who was in like Ghostbusters, and was in Honey, I
Okay.
Shrunk the Kids and all that kind of stuff. So he plays Lord Dark Helmet, which is the Darth Vader version
Yeah.
character in that movie. Um, so they also released a picture of them like sitting around the Amazon MGM released a picture of them like
Oh,
writing the
really?
script and sitting around this all the
Hmm.
cast sitting around and writing the script. What was I saw
Did it?
something. Oh, go
I was
ahead.
gonna say, did it say like your estimated release date or anything?
The plan is 2027.
Okay.
Plan is to land in theaters 2027, and I liked the but Rick Moranis hasn't been in a movie like seen on screen since
Mhm.
1997. I think is what it
Oh,
was.
wow. So
So yeah,
28
he
years.
hasn't appeared in a film. He's voiced a couple things, but he hasn't appeared on film since 1997. But
Hmm.
the official press release for Amazon MGN, they haven't confirmed the plot or the title of the movie, but this is what it
Hmm.
said in the press release was the title is rumored to be the name of the movie and the plot details are being described as information about what happens in the story.
Nice.
Yeah. It's a very Mel Brooks way of putting what the movie's going to be
Yeah.
about. Yes.
Yeah. That's exciting. That's a good movie. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
I've seen it and it's good. So it gets the Nikki thumbs
It gets
up.
the Nikki thumbs up. Okay. Well, that's good. But I was excited to see that this morning. Um,
Yeah.
and Mel Brooks is going to be back in it again, playing Yogurt, who is Yoda. So
Hmm.
it's yeah. I'm excited to see it.
That's
I think it'll be
fun.
fun.
Yeah.
But anyway, Nick, on
Hmm.
to Blockbuster and the fall of Blockbuster, and
Yeah.
what is there? I mean, there's one of them left. I think, right? Like
There's one.
I remember video rental stores and like going to Blockbuster and going to like the local video rental stores as a kid
Yeah.
to rent a movie, and you would rent it
I feel
for.
like, yeah, I vaguely maybe remember,
Mm-hmm.
but not really.
Yeah.
I do remember Redbox, so which was part of their downfall. I
Mm-hmm.
remember Nathan and I choosing Redbox movies all the time. So I distinctly remember that. I don't know that truly remember Blockbuster. I see things, I'll see videos and things, and I'm like, oh, like I get that sense that I've been there because I know I've been there.
Yeah.
We got Blockbuster movies all the time, but I was just slightly too young for it to be like a formative memory.
Yeah, I remember going to Blockbuster all the time. I remember the specific one that we went to and where it was uh,
Hmm.
in Springfield. But
Is
yeah,
the building still there?
the building is still there. It's
Is
actually
it something
it's
else?
a strip mall. The strip mall is owned by Jerry Jones, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys. But um, yeah, it was at the end of a strip mall is the one we went to
Huh.
most of the time. But or the one I
Interesting.
remember going to a lot.
Hmm.
When at when we lived in one location, but there was also a couple different there was a couple different ones that we went to at different times, but because we moved around at different times. But yeah, there
Hmm.
was I do remember Blockbuster. I remember like going they would have like one they would have basically like one case on the shelf,
Hmm.
and it wouldn't be like the movie wouldn't be in the case. You would just take the
Yeah.
case to the counter, and they would have the movie in like at the counter or whatever. I'm sure like before
Oh.
that they would have them in the thing, but you would take the empty case to the counter, and they would give you the movie, put it in there, and then you
Oh.
would leave with it, and then you would have to have it
Interesting.
back. Depending on the movie, you would either have to have it back. Like the newer releases, either the next day or the day after, or if it was an older
Mm.
movie, maybe like a week later. Um,
Hmm.
and that would depend on the price and all that kind of stuff. And you just had a drop box outside the building, just kind of like a bank and a night deposit. You just threw it in there and
Yeah, like a
left.
library
Yeah.
return. Interesting. I don't remember like actually checking out anything or like the process. I feel like I remember seeing lots of candy.
Mm-hmm.
Of
Yep.
course, I remember that because we weren't allowed a lot of sugar, like at all. So, of course, the thing I remember is seeing Twizzlers
Yep.
and like, oh my God, was I obsessed with Twizzlers. So, like, I don't remember ever checking out a movie. Like, it's not formed in there, but the Twizzlers are.
It was like I mean it was kind of the candy was kind of like a movie theater. Like they had the big boxes of
Hmm.
candy, and then they had popcorn buckets. You could
Yeah.
like it was if I remember correctly, you bought a bucket and it had popcorn in the bottom of it. You just put the whole bucket in the microwave and it like popped up, and then it was
Mm.
already in the
Hmm.
bucket and ready for you to eat.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I remember going. They would have some movies playing on the TVs in there and stuff as well, and yeah, they'd have them all different sections
Hmm.
for different kids movies and whatever in the 80s, 90s, new releases, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I
Yeah.
remember going to Blockbuster on a semi regular basis and picking out movies and
Yeah.
taking them home and watching
So I
them and.
guess before Blockbuster, so Blockbuster was invented in 1985,
Mm-hmm.
which doesn't seem like that long ago in the grand scheme of things, but I guess when you think about it, it is. But before that, I guess there was just a bunch of like indie,
Mm-hmm.
or
Yeah.
like smaller video rental stores. So it's interesting that, I mean, video rental stores were already there by the masses, but Blockbuster, their innovation and how they were able to buy up so much market share because they had like 9,000 stores at their height. They had a computerized inventory system, which I guess was like revolutionary for the time.
Well, yeah, that's
And then
you
also
think
their
about the 80s.
selection.
You think about the 80s like yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So they mastered that, but they also were very smart about deals they made with companies and things to get the new releases and stuff and to keep the indie stores from being able to get the new releases and things like that. So the early Blockbuster years up until, 2000 basically, they were very um
They were dominant.
strategically savvy, I guess.
Yeah, they were a dominant.
Yeah.
They were a dominant force.
Hmm. And then it started to go downhill in the 2000s when Netflix met with them. And the people at Netflix literally say they were laughed out of the room. So Blockbuster didn't want to buy Netflix or partner with Netflix, which, I mean, hindsight's 2020. We all wish in life we could,
Yeah,
see things like that. But dang, what a
yeah.
big L for them.
That is a big loss.
Um,
Yes, yes.
yeah. And I think just in general, they underestimated, well, it started with mail order movies and then streaming. So I think they just massively underestimated that. But then another thing, I don't remember this, but I guess there was a lot of uproar about their late fee policies and things like that. So I guess that was a big part of,
Yeah, because
like, 30% of their revenue was late
if
fees.
you didn't have it back, they did charge you a good
Yeah.
amount. And if I remember, like there was a certain, I don't remember how long it was, but basically if you had the movie and you kept
Hmm.
it for a certain amount, like a certain amount of time, you had basically bought the movie. Like,
Hmm.
and it wasn't super long. Like
Yeah.
it was pretty steep with the late fees, which I
I
mean,
think it was longer for games,
yeah.
because they had games as well
Hmm.
and gaming systems. And when I was doing all the reading for this, I think those you had a lot longer than, like, especially the new releases. But um yeah, when you're a brick and mortar store and you don't adapt in the age of the internet, I mean, but it's just funny that, gosh, in hindsight, if they had partnered, we could have Blockbuster instead of Netflix.
Yeah, you could.
It's just crazy.
But
So that was
it's
the start of their downfall, and then
yeah.
they declared bankruptcy in 2010.
But you say you could have Blockbuster instead of Netflix. That's true. You could have had, but you could have also only had Blockbuster for another 3 or 4 years, and then it could
Hmm.
have the same thing could have happened. It could have been some other company that came up and did what
Yeah.
Netflix does with streaming. So, like,
Hmm.
because
And I mean, in a
Netflix,
couple of years, I mean, Netflix may not be here. You
yeah,
never know. Things
Netflix
can change. Like,
Netflix
maybe
did have
everything in
to
a couple of years is AI. Who
yeah,
knows?
Netflix did have to innovate itself, which
Yeah.
moving from the mail order to streaming, because
Streaming.
that's an entirely different thing as well. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, mail
Yeah.
order and you're still doing movies. You're still doing a physical copy of something. You're just sending it through the mail
Hmm.
instead
Yep.
of streaming it through the internet. So the internet is a whole nother beast. I
Hmm.
don't know what the next iteration. I mean, I think we've got streaming for a while. I don't know what the next
Oh, yeah.
iteration will be, because right now
Yeah. I don't either.
this is the most convenient thing that that any like. I mean,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah. I don't know. It's always with technology in general. I always think, how can it get better than this? And then it does. And someone innovate. I have more of like a creative literature brain than I think I have of like a technology brain. So I'm not the type of person who can envision what AI is going to be in 20 years, what streaming is going to be in 20 years. I can't think like that.
hmm,
So, like, if you would have told me my little SpongeBob handled doohickey thing that you plug into the TV was going to be outdated, and now we're going to be playing games on our phones and tablets, I would have been like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
yeah,
Like, I can't even, I don't have that brain. So, I don't know. I don't know what streaming's going to be in 20 years.
yeah. That's true. It's hard to say because
Mhm.
I don't know.
If it
It's
were me running the technology world, we wouldn't have even had the SpongeBob game that you plug into the TV with the wires. So I don't know. We would have been sitting around playing that hoop and ball game like the Revolutionary
all the
War. So
cup and ball the that thing. Is that what you're
no, the
talking
one where
about?
you hit the hoops with the stick and you just chase it. Have you seen that?
I don't know what you're talking
Oh
about.
my
So,
gosh, Kev. It was also on Parks and Rec. They do an episode where they like see who can last longer in the 1800s or whatever. And so Leslie's like struggling because they can't have deodorant, they can't have a lot of things. And the camera's like interviewing her, and she's like, okay, I'm not going to show it, but I'm struggling. And then the guy behind her is like running with the ball. He's like, look at me, Leslie, look at me. And he's having so much fun. Like that would be me because I have no idea about anything technology wise. So,
okay.
yeah.
Um,
Thanks to Apple, Nikki doesn't have to play with a stick and a hoop.
okay. Um, okay. Yeah.
Anyways,
I
that's the downfall of
Yeah, I do remember
Blockbuster.
Blockbuster. So now the question is are there any other? Because there's several companies that I remember like Blockbuster. Because there's one Blockbuster left. You said it was in Bend,
Mhm.
Oregon, right?
Yeah, Bend,
Yeah.
Oregon. And it's like a franchise. So it's not like it's a Blockbuster, but
At
it's
this
like its
point, it's
own
its own.
thing.
It's like an independent
Yeah.
store now, just like they got rid of.
Yeah. It's in a part
Um,
of Oregon that I guess doesn't have internet, but it's also a tourist attraction.
yeah. Um, so there are several stores that I remember that uh, you probably don't. You may not have ever heard of.
Hmm.
So I want to know some of these, if you've even heard of some of these stores that I
Okay.
remember going to as a kid. Okay.
Okay.
And if you want to comment on them, because I'm sure some people will remember these. And if you liked one or you thought of something that you went to or something else, then great. Comment
Hmm.
down below because I want to hear some of the stories
Yeah.
or what you remember about them because they were interesting. Me and my dad talked about them. Me and one of my coworkers at the bank talked about several of them not that long ago, and nobody else knew what we were talking about because they're all like 20 years or 22 or younger. So it was kind of interesting. But
Mm.
do you remember? Have you ever heard of Montgomery Ward? Nope.
What's that?
It was a
I
department
don't.
store, kind of like Sears. They had kind of everything. They had like furniture, clothing, appliances, all kinds of different stuff in them. I
I remember walking through a Sears once to get to the other
oh, I
stores in the
remember going.
mall.
I remember going to Sears all the time.
I don't think I
Um,
ever went to Sears, but I walked through it to get to Hollister.
I remember going to Sears all the time. I remember getting clothes at Sears. I remember getting um,
Clothes, I thought they had like washing machines.
They had that too. I remember getting clothes at Sears. I remember
Oh.
getting, we had appliances for our house at Sears. My TV before the one I
Hmm.
had now was from Sears. Um, they had lawnmowers and lawn care stuff.
I
You
think
could
my
get
grandma worked there.
my uncle worked there for like 8 years.
I
Doug
feel like
worked
I
there.
remember seeing that.
Doug worked there for like 8 years. He worked
Hmm.
in the shoe department. He sold shoes.
It's shoot. See, I could not even tell you like what Sears had. That's what we're talking about here. So, no,
Dis-
I definitely don't know Montgomery Ward.
Discover Card. You know the Discover Card?
I have one.
Yeah, that was a Sears credit card originally.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Hmm.
That was a Sears card originally. They also had, I
Interesting.
don't remember what insurance company was theirs too. Sears was a massive company. Like they had their own photo studio. You could go in and get your
Hmm.
like family portraits taken. They had their own, just like Walmart, they had their own eyeglass studio. You could go
Hmm.
in and get your eyes checked and all that kind of stuff. They had a auto parts
Weird.
and auto service section. You could go in and get all your tires and your car fixed. Um,
See, that's companies like that. I'm like, you had such market share. How, what did you do wrong that you didn't? I don't know. Just dumb management, I guess. The,
I
the the business major in me is like, whatever, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, they got to a certain point, I don't know if they got too big and couldn't
Mhm.
do it anymore.
Like they didn't divest companies when they should have, like their
Yeah.
umbrella. I don't know.
Well, they merged with Kmart and that was when it started to go really downhill really fast.
Mm.
So that was a big problem. Uh, but yeah,
I don't think I've ever been in a Kmart.
no, I remember
Are they still
Kmart too.
around?
There's a couple of them, but very few. There's like
Mm.
one or two of them maybe. There's a few Sears, but not very many of those either. There used to be
Mm-hmm.
like 3,500, 3,800 stores nationwide. There used to be Sears all over the place. Um, yeah. Anyway, so you don't hardly remember Sears. You never heard of Montgomery Ward.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you're. I remember a store called Venture. That was what our Kmart was before it was Kmart. It was basically the same thing as Kmart, Walmart, just called Venture. We had a store
Mm-hmm.
called Service Merchandise, which was
That was the name.
Service Merchandise. Yep. They sold basically everything: jewelry, toys, televisions, all kinds of stuff. Like all kinds of stuff. And yeah, I don't remember. I remember the store. I remember where it was. I
Mm-hmm.
don't remember a ton about it. I do
Yeah.
remember a little bit about being in there, not a ton.
Okay.
Circuit City, I do remember a lot. I bought several things at Circuit City. It was basically Best Buy. Do you remember Circuit
I
City, or have you heard of Circuit
I've
City?
heard the name.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you've heard of Circuit City. Okay.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Um, let's see. Is there any other ones that are common that you might have heard of? Those are big ones that were really popular. Um, Trying to think of any other ones. Locally, we had Famous Bar, which was bought out by Macy's. That was just another department store, and
Mm-hmm.
that was based out of. It was founded locally, like
Mm-hmm.
in one of the big cities around the Midwest, and I don't remember which one, but it was founded somewhat regionally here.
Mm.
Um, and that went out of business
I'm
when Macy's
honestly
bought it.
surprised. I don't know if this is a good or bad thing that I'm surprised by this, but I'm honestly surprised like Macy's and JC Penney's and places like that are still around. Even we were even talking about like Abercrombie and Fitch. I'm like, I know that those are still around. I hear people talk about all these different stores, but I literally don't know anyone that goes there. And I certainly don't. Like Abercrombie and Fitch, JC Penney, Macy's, what else is in the mall here? Hollister, American Eagle. I'm like, I'm sure people go there because they're still open, but
Yeah,
I couldn't tell you one person that goes.
I don't know who goes to them anymore. I mean, obviously somebody does because they're still
Hmm.
there. Um, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know who shops
Now,
there.
Kohl's, I know several people that still go to Kohl's and quite often, and I still shop at Kohl's.
Okay, I remember
Something
going to Kohl's.
about their I don't know. I don't know what they do right that maybe the other places don't, but something about Kohl's, I still go, and I know other people that still go too. But I couldn't tell you anyone that goes to Macy's.
Interesting, because Kohl's
Hmm.
is. I mean, Macy's is more expensive.
Seems like and maybe that's it. I don't know. Maybe I'm
Macy's
just not in
has
the right income
Macy's
bracket.
has more designer stuff. Maybe that's why. Like
Hmm.
that's when I think of
Yeah.
Macy's. When I think of Macy's versus Kohl's, I think of high and low income, or high and mid range income a little
So
bit
maybe
more.
that's
So
it.
maybe that's what the
Maybe
difference is.
I'm just in a different income bracket than the target market.
Yeah, because I think of Kohl's as like, you know, maybe not quite Walmart level
See, to me,
shopping,
Kohl's is
but
expensive.
a little bit above Walmart. Like it's not.
Hmm.
They have like some name brands. They have like some champion stuff and stuff like that, but it's not super expensive. And I think
To
J.C.
me,
Penney
it's
is kind of like
expensive,
around
and
the
I
same.
wait to go there until I have coupons or Kohl's Cash. So maybe that's just me and the people I'm around. We're all in kind of the same like income bracket,
Yeah,
maybe.
that might be
I don't know.
because I mean I remember going to Kohl's when I was younger. Like
Hmm.
we didn't really go to Macy's much. We went every once in a while. We did more shopping at Dillard's, or we did more shopping at Dillard's. Actually, is one of the big ones that we went to, or we did some at
I
J.C.
don't know
Penney.
anyone that goes to Dillard's. A lot of people go to Marshall's.
Okay, yeah, and I think that has also been one those weren't really around as much back in the day, so I don't
Hmm.
believe Marshalls was around, TJ Maxx and
I have
stuff.
no
That's like
idea.
a the
Yeah, TJ
outlet
Maxx. That's what I
kind.
was trying to think of too. I was like Marshalls and something else I've
Yeah.
heard a lot of people go to.
Um, I don't think those were around as much, back when. So I
Hmm.
think that's also
Yeah.
hurt some of those businesses, the like outlet type versions of
Hmm.
those stores. I don't know how long Marshalls has been around, so I may be wrong. Maybe it has been around, but
Yeah.
the you know Macy's and Macy's has been around for 100 years or something like that. I mean,
Hmm.
I don't, and but they
Yeah, the only
carry.
thing I think of, I don't even think of the store when someone says Macy's. I think Thanksgiving. So,
Yeah, and that's the but yeah, they carry everything from like, they carry like some of the expensive stuff like Chanel and
mm,
Abercrombie, not Abercrombie, but like, uh, I, why can't I think of that brand? Armani and stuff like that. Like they carry some high end
Gucci and
stuff. Yeah,
yeah.
like they carry some really high end stuff. They're not like Neiman Marcus, or anything
Mm.
like that. But I don't know if you've
See, I
ever.
guess in my mind, I think like Coach and Gucci and some of these other things, they're like mid-tier,
Yeah,
high
yeah,
end.
that kind of
I
stuff too.
think to me there's no in between. I'm either shopping at Kohl's
Hmm.
or I think of high end as like Louis Vuitton.
Yeah,
So to me there's like everything in between. I guess I just literally don't. It doesn't
yeah,
exist in
and
my
that's
head.
the thing is like everything in between is
Mhm.
like Macy's. Like that's
Yeah.
all the in
So
between.
maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Whereas like, you know, some of the other stuff would end up being, like I said, like Neiman Marcus or
Yeah.
Nordstrom or something like that, which is a little bit higher. Uh,
Nordstrom. I bought my wedding dress from Nordstrom
nice.
online. I didn't go into a store, of course, but
Oh man, yeah, this was a fun little jaunt down memory lane for me.
memory
I
lane for you.
feel extra old now, so yeah, if you remember any of those businesses or any other ones that Toys R Us is another one that went out of business really bad. That
Yeah.
I'm sure. Well, I don't know if you remember Toys R Us or not. I remember Toys R Us.
Mm,
Um, yeah, I remember Toys R Us, for
not
sure.
really.
But now you can go on Amazon and buy toys, and that's you
Yeah.
know.
I mostly just remember going to the mall. I don't necessarily remember a lot of specific stores or I don't know. So maybe that's just me. Maybe other people my age totally remember this stuff, and this is just me blocking things out. So I don't know.
Well, I don't. I mean, some of those stores, I don't think. I mean, I think Circuit City went bust in 2009, I think, or something like that. So you
Hmm.
weren't real old at that point. So you
Yeah,
probably
like
aren't
I
going to
remember the
remember
name,
that.
but
Like, and
yeah.
that's one of the more recent companies to go under. Like, Montgomery
Hmm.
Ward hasn't been around since I was a
Mm.
kid. So, like, you're not going to
Since
remember
you were a
that.
little puppet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I remember, service merchandise hasn't been around since I was a little kid either. So, or when I
That's a
remember it being
horrible name
around.
for a store, by the way. That really is. Like you
uh,
may as well just name your store Stuff.
yeah, well,
Stuff sold here.
that's kind of what it was. So, but
Yeah, it's no wonder they failed. They need better marketing.
uh, anyway, Nick, you said you have a game for us today.
I do. I
Okay,
so the game is more like movie related because I was thinking more like Blockbuster.
okay, so back to Blockbuster.
So I'm going to tell like a really bad description of the movie in like a few words. And you have to tell me what the movie is. So I'll start easy so you know what I'm talking about.
Okay,
Um, okay, first one. Toys get emotional when their kid stops playing with them.
Toy Story.
Yeah. So
Okay,
that's like the game.
okay,
I'm
that's
gonna
the
give like a really bad description.
okay. That's got to
Okay.
be interesting.
Alrighty. So I'm gonna do another easy one, and then there are gonna be some easy and hard ones in there. Okay. Theme park opens, guests get eaten.
Jurassic Park.
Yep. Okay. We started easy, so you get the
I win.
game.
I win.
Okay. Robot comes back from the future to kill a
Terminator.
waitress's okay, yeah. See, I have no idea because I don't know this. All right. Man in trench coat fights the internet.
The Matrix.
Yep.
We'll see how many of these I can get. I do a movie podcast, but I haven't.
Yeah.
I don't know how many of these I'll get. We'll see how
You're doing well so
how
far.
how this goes.
I think the only one I would have gotten so far is Jurassic Park
Okay.
and maybe Toy
You
Story.
know, I would hope
To
it
be
would be
honest,
Toy Story.
I know I've seen Toy Story, but it was never one that I liked. So honestly,
You didn't like
I
Toy
probably
Story?
would.
Okay.
No, I
Interesting.
don't know why I didn't like it.
Hmm.
I liked Ariel.
Well, that's
Um,
a good. I mean, The Little Mermaid is a good movie. Like
yeah.
it started the Disney
Okay.
Renaissance, and then in '89, like the
Yeah. Blue people don't want bulldozers.
Avatar.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Group of friends returns jewelry very slowly.
Group of friends returns jewelry very slowly. Group of friends returns jewelry very slowly. Is this a popular movie?
Yes. Extremely popular. A series.
It's a series.
Mm-hmm.
Group of friends returns jewelry very slowly. I don't know. I'm gonna probably
It
feel like an
takes them multiple
idiot.
movies to return a piece of jewelry.
Probably gonna feel like an idiot whenever I say this, or whenever you say this. Group of friends returns jewelry slowly. Takes them multiple movies to return a piece of jewelry.
You want me to tell you?
I guess.
Lord of the Rings.
Oh, good lord.
Okay.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, it's true. They took forever to return a piece of jewelry.
This is true.
Okay. Rich girl ghost fiance for a guy on a boat.
Titanic.
Yes.
That took me a second.
Okay. Two strangers fall in love, then gaslight each other with a notebook.
Is it as simple as I think it might be?
Yeah.
Is it The Notebook?
Yes.
Okay. I've never actually seen The Notebook, so I don't know. Actually, I was talking about that movie with somebody today or yesterday. I've never
Oh,
seen The
really?
Notebook, so I don't know. But when you said a notebook, I was like, it can't be that simple. Like you
Mm,
basically just gave it away. But okay, I'll take
yeah.
it.
Um, okay. House takes off in air.
Up.
Yeah.
Pixar's Up.
Um, dad tra- dad travels 3,000 miles to yell at son for touching boat.
What?
When I say the answer, you're gonna know
Dad
it.
travels 3,000 miles to yell at son for touching boat.
Yeah.
Oh, Finding Nemo.
Yes.
Yep. Yep. Touch the butt. Go touch the butt. I dare you to touch the
Yeah.
butt. Yep.
Don't touch
Mm-hmm.
the butt. Okay.
Yep. I get it. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Um, this one, if you don't get this one, I don't know what to think. Clown won't leave children alone, comma, sewers.
Oh, It.
Yes.
Have you seen It? I don't know if you
Yeah.
like. Do you like horror movies in general?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you
Hmm.
seen the original It from like the made-for-TV one
Um,
from the '80s, I believe?
I don't think so. I've seen the new ones.
Okay.
Yeah. I know I've been to theaters and like seen the new
Yeah.
ones, so. Okay. Guy wears another guy's face and ruins dinner. I'll give you a hint. It's another horror movie.
Yeah. Guy wears another guy's face and ruins dinner. Um, I'm gonna, yeah. I want to guess Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but I'm not sure. Is
Mm-hmm.
that right? Okay.
Yep.
I haven't
Okay.
seen that one either. The only reason I know is I know he's called Leatherface, so I kind of figured that
Oh,
was,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Two more.
Okay. So far, I've only got one
Teen.
wrong, I think. So
I know you're doing really well.
doing pretty good.
Um,
Maybe I can keep my
teen.
movie podcast.
Yeah. Teen invents time travel, almost kisses mom.
Back to the Future.
Yes.
Yep. I love those movies. We may have to watch. Have you seen those movies?
No.
Oh, we may have to watch those movies at some point. There's only three of them, so
Okay.
they're relatively easy, and they're kind of like a
Yeah.
goofy dumb.
Yeah. Okay, last one. Guy gets bitten by a spider and then has abs.
Spider Man.
Yes.
Oh man, good lord.
That was fun. You did really well.
Speaking of Spider Man, did you hear that they're filming the new one currently?
Hmm.
And apparently Tom Holland was injured on set while doing a stunt. He got a concussion, which
I saw
is
that. Yeah, like
unfortunate for
cracked his
him.
head or
Yeah,
something.
he had to take a couple days off shooting, which is kind of unfortunate for him. But you
Yeah.
know, hopefully he's okay and he'll be back
Hmm.
and get back on the
Yeah, I like him. I like him and Zendaya too,
yeah.
together.
So anyway, does that mean it's time for facts? I think I did pretty
Yep.
well there. So
Yeah.
yeah, I only missed
That's
one.
probably the best game.
Okay, Nick, do you want me to go
Yep.
first? Mine is about
I'll go
Sears.
first. What is yours about?
Sears.
Okay, mine's about Blockbuster.
Okay.
So the word blockbuster once had a different meaning. So originally it came about in the midst of World War II and it described like extremely destructive bombs.
Okay.
And then it fell out of use. But then in the mid 1950s, blockbuster, the word came back around in Hollywood. Um, because Max Youngstein, who I guess was a big Hollywood film producer,
Mm-hmm.
started using the term to describe films that generated a lot of returns at the box office.
Nice. Okay. Interesting. So we talked about you asked about Sears.
Yeah.
And I had already looked this up because this is kind of what I planned to talk about for my fun fact because I thought Sears was
Hmm.
interesting.
Hmm.
So Sears was originally Sears and Roebuck. That was the
Hmm.
original. There was two people who founded it. So yes, you were right. They used to sell like Kenmore appliances. You could buy shoes, you know, gym equipment, stuff there,
Hmm.
whatever. Um, it started as a mail order catalog. That's what the company started as.
Hmm.
In what year was it that it started? Uh, it started like a long time ago, but
Did Macy's have a catalog?
I don't remember because I know Macy's like that store in New York, Herald Square, is old, like old,
Hmm.
old, old. So I don't know. I know Sears was a catalog store.
Yes.
Um,
Okay, you just unlocked a memory for me. I remember sitting on the floor
They might have
in my
had a
grandma's
catalog.
house, yeah, circling things I wanted for
Yeah.
Christmas.
A lot of stores had
Wow.
catalogs, but
Yeah,
originally Sears was only a catalog. Like,
gotcha.
there weren't stores, it was just a catalog.
Okay.
So, now, when it was a catalog, and you can go
Mm-hmm.
find pictures of this, you could buy a car from the catalog,
Mm.
you could buy a house from the catalog.
Oh, I think I've seen that before.
Yes, they would send you everything to build the house. All you had to do was put it together,
Wow.
which is kind of crazy. And it was like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, this was in a long time ago, so a house was like $3,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
And you just had
It was like I remember seeing a picture of this. It was like the carpenter special houses
mm-hmm.
where it's just a house and a front
Yep,
porch.
yep.
Yeah.
And you just had a builder put it together, basically. Set of instructions. They
It's
just put it
crazy.
together. It comes with everything you need to put it together. They just put it together. But yeah, you could also buy live, like, fresh fish, live chickens for your farm. Like, you could buy so many things from this catalog, and it was
Hmm.
just literally pretty much anything. Healthcare stuff,
That's really
medicine,
interesting.
like everything. Sears was a massive company, um, which is also why eventually they were able to build that massive building in Chicago called the Sears Tower, which was at one point the biggest building in the world. So
Yeah, I've been up that.
yeah.
Hmm.
So anyway, yes, Sears was a
Yeah, you just unlocked like a core memory for me that I totally forgot. But I remember sitting on the ground, circling things in the catalog. But then Nathan and I would always circle like everything. So then we had to go through and star. We could only star three things
mm,
that we really wanted.
yeah,
Gosh, we were so little. I mean, Nathan had to have been like four.
yeah.
Like those catalogs went away pretty quickly.
Yeah,
So
I remember looking through the catalogs when I was
crazy.
young. Yeah, I remember looking through like all the
And the
toys and stuff
American
in the
Girl had a
catalogs.
catalog.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. I was like, I want this doll and this doll and this doll. And you know what? Eventually I did get them all, so I was spoiled.
Oh man. Okay. Well, I think that's about it for this week, Nick. That was fun.
Yeah.
I went down memory lane. You don't remember any of this stuff, so
I
it
remembered
just
something at the very end.
you remember some of it at the very end. That's
Yeah.
But yeah, if you guys remember some of it, give us a comment at the bottom. Let us know what you remember, what you enjoy about some of those old places, old stores or whatever. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll talk to you next week.
Bye.